So we're going to begin this class seated. You can come into any seat you like, including being on a chair. I'm propped up on the edge of a block here. You could have a folded blanket. And then taking a few moments to settle into your seat, maybe circling a little bit one direction and then in the other direction. Maybe rolling your shoulders, turning your head until you feel ready to become still. And taking a few moments to drop into what's present right now for you here. Maybe you can feel the ground or cushion or chair beneath you. So you become a little bit heavier in the base of your body. And as you draw your attention up the spine, maybe soften a little in the side waist so you're not pushing your belly forwards. Just trace the spine all the way up through the ribs, all the way up to the point where your skull is delicately perched on the tip of your spine. And you have a chance to notice where you're holding tension. Maybe you can soften your face, soften inside your mouth. Beginning to focus on the stream of your natural breath. Without trying to change anything. If you have an Ujay breath in your practice, and you know what I mean by that, you might like to bring that into the practice today. This is a breath where we constrict, but very gently constrict the epiglottis, the back of the throat. So there's a sense of a rasping, like the ocean sounds in the throat, in the head, maybe even in the chest. Sense of gentle waves pulling away and then moving over pebbles or sand on a beach. And you're welcome to stay like this, breathing a natural rhythm, Ujjayi or not Ujjayi. Or you might like to join me in a count this morning. It's going to be a square breath where we count the same number for each part of the breath. And by square, I mean we breathe in, we pause, we breathe out, we pause. So you can even visualize the sides of a square as you breathe. Let's start with 3 to breathe in, 2, 3, pause, 2, 3, out, 2, 3, pause, 2, 3. Continuing like this. And if 3 is too much or too little, you can remove or add any number to the count that you like. It's important in this type of breath that you don't strain. You remain very soft and you don't push yourself to a count that's just too much for your system. Square breath is a wonderful way of coming into a steady sense of being. If you're feeling a little bit unnerved, a little bit erratic, which can often happen, to me at least. And for the last few rounds, being aware of how the breath comes into the front, to the back, and to the sides of your torso. I won't direct you where you should be feeling it, just notice the full volume and content of your torso as you breathe. And then next time you breathe out, letting the count go and returning to a natural breath, letting the Ujay go if you were breathing Ujay. We'll bring this focus, this stillness up to standing. Just standing with your feet a little way apart, arms by your sides, and take a moment to really feel the ground through the feet. And there could be a slight bend in the knees. And then with Ujay or without Ujay, breathing to 4 as you draw the arms up. Pausing here and breathing out for 4. So you really steady the breath with the movement of the arms. It's even a sense of the breath moving the arms. And I'm not asking you to hold in or out for 4, but maybe just note a pause before the breath out or in happens again. And we add to this. Let's meet with our arms by our sides. And breathing in for any length that you like now. And breathing out as your chest floats forwards. Come all the way down. And breathe in, float your chest forwards now, straightening your legs. And breathe out, fold, navel to spine. Press through your feet, inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, hands to your heart. Stay very steady, stay with the breath. Inhale. Exhale, float all the way down. Maybe a little squeeze of the shoulder blades. Inhale, chest floats forwards. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, hands to your heart. If you like, for the final half sun salutation, you might close your eyes. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, chest forwards. Exhale. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, hands to your heart. Meet at the very top of the mat now. Inhaling to lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, chest comes forwards. And exhale, take a step back with your right foot and bring the right back knee down. Steady as you inhale, come all the way up with your arms. And exhale, bring your hands down and slide that back foot back into a plank. Let's take an additional breath here. Inhaling. And exhale, drop the knees and come all the way down over the front of the body. On a breath in, roll your shoulders to your ears and up and back to peel up the chest, only a little bit, and the head comes last. Exhale, come back down. Curling your toes under, inhale to all fours, exhale, downward dog. Looking forwards, bring your right foot to the hand and the back knee comes down. Breathing in, float your arms up. And hands come down, breath out. Lifting that back knee and gently stepping forwards, inhale. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale. This is traditional Surya Namaskar Sun Salutation. Let's go to the other side. Inhale, arms up. Remember your breath. Exhale, fold. Try not to be mechanical. Allow your breath to move you. Float your chest forwards. Exhale, left foot behind you. Bring the knee down. Inhale, float the arms up as your pelvis floats forward. And exhale, hands down, slide your way to plank. Take a breath in here. And as you breathe out, please only drop your knees. And from there, drop your chest and your chin, so your bottom is sticking up. And then slide your chest forwards, knees back, and inhale into your little cobra. Exhale, come back down. Curl your toes under. Inhale to all fours. Exhale, downward dog. Beautiful. Looking forwards, bring your left foot to your hand and drop the right knee. Inhale, float your arms up. And exhale, hands come down. Lifting the back knee. On a breath in, pop that foot forwards as your chest comes forwards. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come all the way up. And exhale to your heart and take a breath here. Doing Sun Salutations in the morning can really shift how you're feeling, definitely for me. Inhale, lift. And exhale, fold. Inhale, chest floats forwards. And again, your right foot comes back behind you, knee down on the exhale. And plant your right hand down. And as you inhale, spin to the left in a little twist. Exhale, look down, come to plank. Take a breath in. And you have a choice of dropping your knees, coming knee, chest, chin, or maybe coming all the way down straight as a stick. Inhale to your cobra. And this time don't come down, curl your toes under and exhale all the way back to downward dog. Looking forwards, bring your right foot forwards, bring the left knee down. With the left hand planted down, spin to the right. Exhale, hand comes down. Breathing in, lift the back knee and pop forwards. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, chest forwards. And please take the left foot back, the knee comes down on the exhale. And we'll take that twist again to the right. And to plank. Take a breath in and choose which version you want to come into. I'm not dropping all the way to the floor, I'm hovering and then pushing into the heels of my hands, curling under the toes, upward dog, downward dog. And please step the left foot forwards and take the right hand down and spin on an inhale to the left. And exhale, the hand comes down. Inhale, pop yourself forwards. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come all the way up. And hands to the heart. So with a few rounds of traditional Surya Namaskar, you might feel a little bit warmer. The backs of your legs might have begun to open up. And we're going to come into Surya Namaskar A, Ashtanga style. Inhale, arms float up. Exhale, fold. Maybe you're still breathing Ujay. Inhale, chest floats forwards. And then please step or jump to plank. Take an extra breath. And out of all the ways we've come down, choose your way. Choose your back bend. Downward dog for 5 breaths. Taking the tops of the thighs up and back. Lifting your sitting bones up and apart. And melting the back of the ribs. Breathing fully. And then looking forwards and stepping or jumping your feet between your hands, taking a breath in to just float the chest forwards. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, hands down. Second Surya Namaskar A, Ashtanga style. Inhale. Exhale, fold. Inhale, chest floats forwards. And then step or jump to plank and come all the way down your way. Choose your back bend. Downward dog, 5 breaths. If you're finding it too much, of course, you drop into your child's pose. You might like to massage your wrists. And stay very present with the quality of your breath. And then looking forward, step or jump your feet to your hands. Inhale, chest floats forwards. Exhale, fold. And press into your feet to come all the way up. Exhale. Take a breath here, feel the body. I'm just going to take one Surya Namaskar B on each side. So I'll take it slow to break it down in case you've not done it before. Arms by your sides. Inhale, float them up. Exhale, sit into your chair, Utkatasana. Take a breath in. Exhale, fold all the way down. Inhale, float your chest forwards. Exhale, plank. Choose your way down. You can drop your knees, find your cobra or your upward dog. Downward dog. Please take your left foot out to the left and bring the heel down at about 45 degrees. And bring your right foot outside the right hand. From the ground, inhale, come up, warrior one. And exhale to plank again. Come all the way down. Inhale to your back bend. Exhale, downward dog. Take your right foot to the right, heel comes down. Step your left foot outside the left hand. From the ground, inhale, come up. And exhale to plank. All the way down. Find your back bend. And then please come to a downward dog or child and breathe the whole body. Looking upside down through my window, I think saluting the sun has brought the sun out down here anyway. Looks like it has for you too. Looking forwards, step or jump your feet to your hands. Inhale, your chest floats forwards. Exhale, sit back into your chair and float your arms up. Take a breath in and exhale, push yourself to vertical. And it would be normal to find that you're a little bit, even out of breath. It becomes almost aerobic when we do Surya Namaskar B. And we're going to do just one more. Inhale, arms float up. Exhale, sit back to chair, Utkatasana. Take a breath in. Exhale, fold completely. Inhale, float your chest forwards. Exhale to plank and choose your way down. Inhale to your back bend. Downward dog. Right foot down to the right, step your left foot forwards. And inhale, Virabhadrasana 1, warrior 1. Exhale, plank. Come all the way down. Inhale to your back bend. Downward dog. Left foot down, you step the right foot forwards. Inhale, come up. Exhale, plank. Come all the way down. Find your back bend. And 5 breaths, either in a downward dog or child if you need to. Ujay or natural breath. Wonderful. Looking forwards, step or jump your feet to your hands. And inhale to float the chest forwards, really consciously. Exhale, sit into your chair. Float the arms up. Take a breath in. And then exhale, push yourself up. And for a moment, you might close your eyes. Come to a sense of how you're feeling energetically. Wonderful. Then opening your eyes. Take your feet just a little way apart, not too far. And breathe in, float your arms up. And breathe out, stay here and feel from the soles of your feet all the way up through your fingertips. And take another breath in. We're lengthening the side body. And then as you breathe out, come all the way down. You can bend your knees. And some of you will have your hands on your shins. Some of you might be able to take the second and third fingers under, loop them under the big toes to press the thumbs down on the big toe toenail. And then whichever version you're doing, inhale to float the chest forwards, possibly straighten the legs. And exhale, draw yourself down. Elbows out to the side. And take 5 breaths. Really pressing down through the feet, especially the front of the feet. And your leg muscles should be gathering to the bones. They're working. Quadriceps are engaged to release the hamstrings. You might feel a lifting up from the pelvic floor and the navel coming back and under the ribs. One more full breath in and a long breath out. Release your fingers from the toes. Inhale, float the chest forwards. Exhale, hands to your hips. Press through your feet. Inhale, come all the way up, straight and strong. Exhale here. Feeling good. I don't know about you. Take your feet a little bit wider apart. And they're parallel for now. On a breath in, please float up the right arm. And now on a breath out, slide your way over to the left. Not too far. The hips can just pop over to the right. Inhale here. And use the exhale to come all the way up, arm by your side. On a breath in, the left arm floats up. And exhale down to the right. Take a breath in when you're here. And exhale, come all the way up. Let's do one more to each side. We're just feeling into the side body. Inhale, right arm. Exhale, move. Inhale when you're here. Exhale to the top. Inhale, left arm. Exhale, slide. Inhale here. Exhale to the top. Lovely. Now either step or jump your feet wider apart, so maybe about 1 meter or even a bit more. And first of all, we'll come down. Let's have hands to the hips. Come down halfway first. Take your hands underneath your shoulders. And can you hear, turn the right foot out. So the right foot is turning out. The left foot is just turning in ever so slightly. And you probably already feel up inside the right leg. If you need to, you microbend that knee. And then please place your right hand on the floor or on a brick underneath your face. And take your left hand to your lower back. Breathe in for length in the spine. And then as you breathe out, begin to spin to the left. Look over your left shoulder. And then if it's right for you, float the left arm up. So it's really important here that your legs are working and that you find length in the spine before you rotate. Breathe here. Looking good. Remember your Ujay. Take a full breath in. And then gently bring the left hand down and please bend into that right knee. Just place your hands on your legs to gently come up. And with your left hand on your hip, begin to reach to the right. So as you do this, your hips float to the left. Both legs are working. And then hinge. Hand could be on the shin, on a brick. It's not about touching the floor. You're spinning the chest to the left. Maybe you float the left arm up. And take 5 breaths here. Count them. You could even count in for 4, pause. Out for 4, pause. Can you feel your left shoulder blade carving in towards the spine? Can you feel yourself from the ground up? Strong but buoyant. Inhale. Please look down as you exhale. Bring your left hand to your hip and come all the way up. Bring your feet to parallel. Wonderful. Now with your feet a little bit wider apart, turn the right foot out again. But you're lining up the front heel with the back instep. Inhale, vertical spine. And exhale, bend into the front knee. Back leg is strong. And then take the elbow to the knee and lift the left arm to vertical. Now you have a choice. You could stay here, or maybe you like to take the right hand to the floor. And you could float the left arm past the left ear, so you're reaching with your fingertips. And breathe. If you can, you look under and past your left armpit. Strong back leg. Feel the whole body, the whole of your skin. Take an in-breath. As you exhale, look down, hand to your hip. And inhale, come all the way up. Feet to parallel. And then I'd like you to swing yourself around to face the front of your mat. And please bring the left knee down. Your right heel is under your right ankle. And take your left hand to the right knee. And as you breathe in, sweep the right arm out in front of you and then take a big arc behind you. Exhale here. So we're beginning to bring rotation into the spine. And this might already be enough for you. But let's all take 3 more breaths here. One more breath in. And as you breathe out, look back to the front. And just bring your right hand to your knee. That was my knee cracking. So we're going to try a deeper twist, which won't be available to everybody. So take it easy. I'm placing my right thumb into the crease where my thigh and hip meet. And I'm turning the thigh outwards towards the floor. I'm bringing the left elbow outside the right knee. So you're looking, if you can, you're looking over your right shoulder. And I want you to make a fist with your left hand and place the right hand on top. So you're pushing the right hand onto the left with the right elbow vertical towards the ceiling. Look down and then take a breath in and consciously look for length in the spine. And as you breathe out, slowly rotate to the bottom of the spine, the mid, and all the way up to the top. Strong, twisted lunge. It may be that this is enough. The final stage of this is to curl under the left toes, lift the knee, and take 5 breaths in whichever version you're taking. Take a full breath in. And then please look down and carefully place both hands around that front foot and walk your way around the long end of your mat. Heels out, toes in. And take 5 breaths. Your hands could be on a brick, they could be on the floor, but your legs are working. One more full breath in and a long breath out. And then please walk your hands around to the front of your mat and slide yourself into a downward dog. And you have a choice to stay in dog, to drop into child, or maybe take a vinyasa with me, coming to plank, choosing your way down, choosing your back bend, downward dog. And then looking forward, step or jump your feet to your hands and come all the way up. Beautiful. Hands to your heart. Come to face the long end of your mat, feet apart. Take that quite strong standing sequence to the other side. It's all about the breath and presence today. Breathe in. And as you breathe out, come down halfway. Take your hands down onto the floor or a brick. Please turn the left foot out. And the right foot can come in a little. I want you to either have the left leg straight and really holding the muscles to the bones, or you micro bend the left knee if you need to. And the left hand is down, right hand to your lower back. So we're taking care of the back. Before we twist, we find length in the spine. Inhale as if in between the vertebrae. And then on the exhale, begin to rotate to the right. You could look over your right shoulder. You could float the right arm up. And 5 breaths. You could breathe in for a count and out for a count. Take a full breath in. As you exhale, please look down. Hand to your hip. And bend into that left knee. So you can just bring yourself up steady. Beautiful. Right hand to your hip. As you inhale, you float to the right, or you extend to the right. Hips left, I'm so sorry, and hips float to the right. Find your length and then hinge either hand to a shin or a brick. And begin to spin that right shoulder now. Spin the whole chest before you lift up the arm. 5 breaths. Maybe you can feel the right shoulder blade. Feel the breath in the body. Feel the ground and the space around you. Take a full breath in. Look down. Exhale, bend into that front knee. Slowly come all the way up. Bring your feet to parallel. Possibly take them a little wider apart. And we turn the left foot out again. And we arrange now heel to instep as we bend into that left knee. So feel the strength of the lower body as you drop your elbow to the knee. If it's right for you, take the hand all the way down. And then consciously lengthen in the spine before you begin to spin your chest to the right, looking over your right shoulder. Right arm comes to vertical. Maybe your right arm floats over your ear and reaches past the ear as you press into the right foot. Inhale. 4 more breaths. Take a full breath in. Exhale, look down, hand to your hip. And bring yourself up, feet to parallel. And then please swing to face the front of your mat. And drop the right knee. Arranging yourself so that there's a right angle here with the left knee over the ankle. Take your right hand to the knee. And swing your left arm forwards, and on an inhale, sweep it in and out behind you. Following your fingers with your eyes and breathe here. Soften the face and the eyes. Take a full breath in. And as you breathe out, you look forwards again. And bring the left hand forwards. And take the thumb into that crease at the top of your thigh. And roll the thigh outwards. As you bring your right elbow or upper arm outside the left knee. And then make a fist with your right hand. Place the left hand on top. Elbow pointing towards the ceiling. And we consciously find length first and then rotate. Maybe you look over your left shoulder. And this might be enough. Or you might curl under the back toes, lift the knee. Really strong leg. 4 more breaths. One more breath in. And then as you breathe out, look down. Carefully take both hands down. And walk around. Face the long end of the mat. Heels out, toes in. And for this variation of this wide-angled forward fold, you might like to interlace your hands on your lower back if that's right for you. In fact, let's come up halfway. A little bend in the knee as you begin to reach your hands behind you, straightening your arms. Inhale. And as you exhale, come down, bringing your arms with you if that is right. 5 breaths. Take the weight into the front of your feet. Legs are working. One more breath in. And on the breath out, release your hands on your lower back. Slide them down the back of your legs. And then bring yourself into a downward dog. And you have that choice. This will be the last vinyasa of this class if you want it. Otherwise, you come into child. I'm going to come to plank. Come down. Little back bend. Downward dog. Lovely. And then please drop your knees and come to sitting. I hope you're okay. Quite enlivened this morning. You all right, Sue? Great. Okay, we're going to actually sit with both legs extended. And you could have a little bend in the knees. You could sit up on something. If your legs are straight, I'd like you to pull your toes towards you so that legs are working. Beautiful. And then from here, feel your sitting bones and inhale, come up. And exhale here. Take another breath in. And then with the chest, exhale, float down about a third of the way. Take another breath in, really reach. Exhale, come down another third of the way. Take another breath in, really reach, find the length. And on this final breath out, come down as far as is right for you. You don't have to be holding your feet, you could use a belt. But if you can, if your legs are straight, I want you to push the balls of your big toes forwards and bring the little toes towards you. As if you're drawing them up the side of the legs. And take 5 more breaths. One more full breath in and a long breath out. And then strong in the abdomen as you slide your hands back. Your spine comes to vertical. Just take your hands behind you for a moment. Press into your hands as you push the chest forwards. And then we'll come into Janu Shirshasana, which I just haven't taught for ages for some reason. So you're going to slide the right foot inside the left leg. Again, you could, if your knee is really high up, you could place a brick here, sitting on a blanket. And it's absolutely fine to have a little bend in that extended knee. So take time to find comfort. You want to be able to feel both sitting bones. And then we turn the torso around to face the extended leg. Take a breath in for length. So you're really lifting up and out of the spine. Actually, let's do it the way we did it before. Let's lift up the arms. So it really helps to find length. So inhale and exhale, come down about a third. Inhale, reach. Exhale, come down about a third. Inhale, reach. And this time, maybe as you exhale, you come down and hold the foot, but not necessarily so. And what I love to do for a longer hold is to cross my wrists. And now take 5 breaths. Keep releasing into that right hip. Find length in the spine. One more full breath in and a long breath out. And just simply release your hands down, and you're going to sweep that right hand around in front of you till it comes all the way behind you. And then press into the heel of the hand as your pelvis floats forwards, left arm floats past your ear. And press into the hand and the left foot and feel the whole of the body open here. Little back bend. I love this pose. Take a full breath in. And then gently come back down. And then bring the left foot over the right thigh. Now at this stage, you could stay with the left leg bent or hugged in on yourself, or it would be completely acceptable to extend the right leg. So you choose, depending on how stable you feel through the sitting bones. And then you hook the right elbow around the left knee, and really hug it in towards you. And you should be able to press into this left foot a little bit. Keep it flat. I notice some people just have it hanging out. See if you can press it flat. And then we lift up the left arm. Breathe in for length. And then begin to rotate on the exhale. And you take the hand to the floor behind you when you feel you've gone as far as you want to go. And it's all about length in the spine before we rotate here. Smile and soften your face. Three more breaths. One more full breath in. And then gently look forwards, exhale. Bring both hands forwards. And then let's take our Janu Shirshasana to the other side. Right leg extended, left knee bent. And arrange yourself so that you can feel both sitting bones. And then turn your torso to face along or face in the direction of the right leg. And inhale, reach up. And exhale, come down halfway. We're reaching, we're lengthening. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And then maybe on this exhale, you hold the foot or not. Remember, you can bend the knee, especially if you have any niggle of pain in the lower back. Take 5 breaths as you really release into that left hip. And if the right leg is straight, you're pushing through the heel. Take a full breath in. And as you breathe out, release your hands. Bring that left hand in a sweep around the front, all the way around to the left. Press into the hand. Press into the right foot. And allow the pelvis to float forwards. Breathe here. Take a full breath in. And then slowly, gently come down. And bring your right foot over the left leg, lengthening the left leg if you need to. And then bring your left elbow around the knee, pull it in towards you. Reach up the right arm, inhale. Remember, this right foot should be flat. You should be able to press into it. And then exhale, rotate, rotate, rotate to the right, placing your hand behind you on the floor or a brick. And you've gone as far as is right for you. 5 breaths. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to receive the twist. Take a full breath in. And as you exhale, come back to the front. Please extend both legs maybe a little apart. You could have your knees bent. Actually, I'm going to take my legs wider apart. And we'll end the physical practice by just one more forward fold. Lengthen up and out of the pelvis and then come down. 5 breaths here. Make it soft though. Make it soft. One more full breath in and a long breath out. Slowly come up, strong abdomen. Gather your feet so they're out in front of you, arms out to the sides. We come down this way just to gather our core strength before we settle. Just slowly roll down bone by bone, keeping your core active, trying to keep your feet down. Maybe take your hands to your head to help it down. And it's time to rest, so please make yourself comfortable. Make sure you're warm enough. If you were breathing Ujay throughout the practice, let it go and allow gravity to take you. As you simply lie and breathe your body with the day. And every exhalation takes you to more softness, allows you to let go a little bit more. Let it go. Let it go. And of course, at home, you're welcome to stay as long as you like resting. best part of the practice after all, the most important part, in fact. When you're ready to move on with your day or your evening, it's beginning to consciously take a few slightly deeper breaths. Feeling the rise and fall of your abdomen with the breath. And introducing delicate movements of your choice into your fingers and wrists, into your toes and ankles. Maybe taking your head gently from side to side, rolling your shoulders. Anything that feels just right to transition slowly, mindfully. Lying onto one side, perhaps. At some point, you may be ready to come to sitting. Keeping your eyes closed. As you come to take stock, maybe there's something that you found important in this practice, in your body or in any other way. Is there anything you'd like to take with you off the mat? And then please take a breath into the heart. And as you breathe out, allow your chin to drop and exhale completely. Allowing the next breath in to gently lift your head and open your eyes. Thank you very much for joining me. Namaste.